Alright, we're gonna make some french fries today that are baked, not in a deep fryer. And these will taste a lot better and also, be healthier. That's something that I want in a french fry. So just kind of chop them up into fry shape. I'd recommend going thinner and shorter than these. The shorter they are, the more crispy they will get, so that's always a good thing to focus on. Try to make them as small as you kind of can. The more crispier they are, the better they'll be. Trust me. Trust me. Now just chopping that up. And you want to get them equal. You want to get them as equal as possible. Because if they aren't, they will be bad. I'm using Idaho and sweet potato, so just chop the head and the butt off of the sweet potato. And this is always the hardest part, cutting through a sweet potato. I kind of hate it. I really do. It's so hard, and it's just annoying. Annoying. I don't like it. But, it does work. Eventually, I got them in half, and you are going to chop these up a lot finer than I did. And move the camera closer. But yeah, I definitely would recommend chopping these up more. Half of that. Because after all, the smaller they are, the crispier they'll be in the oven, which is more worth it, I feel. More worth it. So, what we're going to be doing is actually boiling them. Why, you might ask? Well, we want to cook the inside of the potato. We want to make sure that that part gets fully cooked, and then there's somewhat of a little bit on the outside, little flakiness on the outside. And the starch, it will help, cook faster. So if you do 425, they'll be done in 20 minutes, and that's what I'd recommend. I did it 400 for some reason. Now you're going to put these into a pot, and you don't have to separate them out. They will still cook at the same time, 8 minutes, but I like to do them, half and half. I'll just do all the sweet potatoes at once, and then all of the Idaho potatoes another time. So we're going to cover these with water to boil them, and they're just going to be boiling for 8 minutes. That's how long they take. You don't even need to start the boil. Actually, I recommend against it, because that will just make it easier for, if you're working on a gas stove, for it to go out. Now add vinegar. I added salt, which was a mistake, but add vinegar. That way they will get they won't break as easily. It will prevent them from, breaking down. But I added salt, which was kind of a mistake because it kind of brought some of the moisture out and prevented the crispiness that we all desire with french fries. Onto the burner, that goes for 8 minutes. Now, in all my studies, a cookie sheet works better than tinfoil. It gets them crispier, and it's also a little better for the planet. It's easier to wash, and, I enjoy it more. Now, look at these potatoes. I can just wiggle them all around. That's what the vinegar does. It prevents it from turning into mash. There they are, fresh out of the boil. No, you can add olive oil, but I'd recommend doing a little bit. I would not recommend salt. Salt removes moisture, but black pepper works fine. You can always add salt at the end, but I like to add black pepper now. It gives a lot more fragrancy. Now just doing a splash of oil. If you're doing baked fries, I think that you're definitely doing it for, it to be healthier. So just do that much. I have, enough time on my hands to, deep fry french fries. But if I'm going to bake them, then I'm going to bake them right. I'm going to bake them so that they're healthier. Now just get them all OCD'd up, and we're going to put these in the hot oven. Mine was at 400. I'd recommend 425. That's just me, of course. Do as I say, not as I do. And these are going in for 20 minutes if it's at 400. If it's at 425, 10 minutes. Now look at what we did. I made a salad because I had so much time on my hands while making this recipe. This is a simple arugula Brussels sprout apple with a ginger dressing. That's so simple and easy, and it tastes really good. You could add spinach, you could add iceberg, you could add olives, you could add a number of things to this, but it was really good. I'd recommend making that. There was just nothing to it, except for the ginger dressing, but that was good. And our fries are done. It's been 40 minutes, and they are done. They are not as crispy as, I desire, but they are good. They are good. I'd recommend making them just for fun, They are tasty, and they are healthy, after all. These use a significant less amount of oil. If you ever see them and they look kind of dry, you can always add a little more oil, but I'd recommend using no less than, 1/4 of a cup the entire process, which is hard to think about. But then again, you're getting a lot more nutrients from a whole sweet potato as you are from half a teaspoon, I think it was a tablespoon of oil. Anyway, I'll pull up that link later. And yeah, you just throw some salt on them and some ketchup on a side plate, and you are done. Some healthy French fries that also taste delicious, well, along with it being crispier and tastier than McDonald's fries. You can do sweet potatoes or